this is Ty, and she's our female royal python. Now, she's nearly about full grown. She's only 2 years old, so shows that they grow very, very quickly. Being a female, like all pythons, she's bigger than males, so she'll get to about 5 feet long. And she'll possibly in captivity live to about 25 to 30 years. In the wild, it's only about 10 to 15. So it just shows how adaptable they are to captive conditions. Now, just like Kellogg, she is a constrictor, so she wraps her body around her prey and crushes it very tightly, after grabbing onto it with about 100 teeth inside her mouth. But as you can see, she's very, very friendly, because these guys are known for being quite very, very docile, which makes them very popular with reptile traders. They're very, very popular in the pet trade. They're also very, very easy to look after. These guys come from the central parts of Africa, so grassland, savanna and woodland, but they spend most of the time in their burrows. So they'll spend a lot of their time just sleeping the day away, and they can wait for weeks or months and wait for something to come by, and then she'll ambush her prey that way. It's a very, very energy efficient way of hunting. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to bring her a bit closer to you guys, and I want you to have a bit of a closer look at her face and tell me what you might notice. It's in the snout region of her face. That's right, she has 2 nostrils, but that's right, yeah. It's in case you didn't hear that, she's got these little pits at the side of her snout which are called palps, and basically what they are heat-sensitive pits. Because for a snake, her eyesight is not the best; she can only see things from close range. So she relies on these little palps, and they actually detect a prey's heat signature. So her primary prey is mammals, like small rodents. So being warm-blooded, their bodies give off natural heat. So she's able to pick up that with the palps and therefore home in on her prey. You see this heat-sensitive pits at the side of her head? It's okay. It's okay. She's perfectly friendly, I promise. Another method she uses for hunting is that she's able to detect the vibration of a prey's footfall through her lower jawbone and the scales of her body, so she can size up her prey before she even sees it. Which is effective because in Africa there's always something big around to eat you. Because when these guys are babies, pretty much everything out there in the bush that eats meat will eat you. What makes pythons special among snakes is that they are actually caring parents. So when she lays her eggs, she'll actually wrap her body around them and actually keep them warm and safe from predators for several months. So yeah, it takes intelligence to do that. Which is another reason why females have to be bigger, because that takes a lot of energy out of them, so they can't do that again for another 2 or 3 years. Males obviously play no part because, lazy and all that. But a snake this size probably has about 100 ribs inside of it and 200 vertebrae. So a lot of people forget that. Due to their flexibility, people forget that these guys actually have bones. They're basically a very long rib cage. Because these guys evolved from lizards, you see, many millions of years ago. We feed her every 2 weeks on small rats and maybe a large mouse. In the wild she'll eat things like small rodents, maybe a small bird or reptile, but they're specialised for warm-blooded prey. Obviously we can't give, due to policy, we can't give to the mice to her alive because it's cruel to them and it also runs the risk of injuring her. Because the risks for all constrictors is that to kill something you've got to kill it first, and obviously when you bite onto it you run the risk of getting bitten and scratched. And you'll see some videos of pythons and stuff overpowering their prey and having their flanks torn open by the teeth and claws of what they're trying to kill. So it's a very risky method of killing. But one meal could actually satisfy her for about 6 months. In fact, the record for a snake going without food was 3 years and 3 months. So it just shows how little food they actually need.
Do they like being out in the rain?
She's certainly a lot more active out in the rain. Like, it's a sensation she doesn't experience every day. But being cold-blooded, it means that snakes can't generate their own own heat. So in this kind of weather, she'll lose heat quite rapidly. But as you can see, she's which is the reason why they like our bodies. We give off heat, and they can therefore absorb that and stay a bit more active. Does anyone have any other questions about Ty or snakes in general? No? She's saying goodbye to you.